welcome to another World of Tanks subscriber replay. My name as always is Maxwell, and today's video is from the user RD93, that's RD93, and he's driving the E-50 on a standard battle on the highway, and the E-50 being the tier 9 medium tank for the Germans, the one that comes straight after the Panther II, but before the E-50M, obviously. So, what are we doing? Get into this battle. So most of the medium tanks, as you can see, are heading to the left-hand flank, along with the light tank there. Just going to take up an early position in that village on the hill, just to spot any enemies who may be coming in there. And they've got a couple of heavy tanks to back them up. The other two mediums are heading up north, or sort of to the right-hand flank, based on the map, into this town at the top of the hill, and they are, as always, supported by the heavy tanks. But obviously the medium tanks, it's best to just get in there, get some early eyes on the area, just to see what kind of armour the enemy has in the area, and get you some early intel as your heavy tanks come and back you up. So I'm just going to speed it up a little bit until he gets to the top of this hill. It's even being the medium tank, that hill is a bit of a drive. Spots out a T-34-1, which is the Chinese medium tank. I think that was tier 7. Oh, spots a T-69. Luckily, the KV-13 didn't get in the way there, and the E-50 was able to get a good shot on that T-69, which is the new American tiered tank. Not sure who got the KV-13 there. It was probably an artillery shot, as there's nobody else really around to be able to get a hit on him. So he's going to have to stay in close to these towers here, just to make sure that he doesn't get another hit. So just going to watch the enemy as they come down the train tracks in the centre there, and then they are going to square off against the heavy tanks. And a good idea is to try and get some flanking action on, which is exactly what he's doing here, getting a good hit at the side of that KV-5 there. Just going to wait for this KV-4 to get out of the way, and should have another shot. This time it was directly on the front armour, but luckily was able to spot out where that little machine gun turret was. Wasn't visible because of the smoke, but knowing where that machine gun turret is, he was able to get a penetrating hit. So that's a good hit on the Type 59 as well. Unfortunately, the T-69 was able to capitalise on that situation there and get out and get some damage on the front there while he wasn't paying attention. So he's just going to use this little brick wall as cover. Going to see what this KV-4 is doing and where he's looking, and when he's not paying attention, just going to pop out and try and get a shot at him. Unfortunately, the front armour of the KV-4 just too powerful to be able to get any damage laid on him. Just going to keep spotting him out and see where his gun's pointing. Seeing that he's had a shot and is now backing off, so just going to try and get a hit. Ooh, a little bit unlucky there. I was going to try and get a hit in the side of the turret, but he turned it just in time, and then was able to angle his hull there just so that nobody was able to get some damage on him. So pretty smart play from that KV-4 there, but it looks like it's, well, it's a bit 50-50 now. They've lost some tanks in the centre, and the enemy has lost some tanks in the centre. So the E-50 is just going to push up as the KV-4 drops behind. He's going to try and get... Now that was a fantastic shot on that T-34-1 there. Just able to get him right in the engine at the front and set him on fire. So now just going to flank around behind this KV-4. Should be able to just... yeah. So while he's hiding and not wanting to face the heavy tanks from the front, the E-50 just able to use his speed maneuverability to get around and get some damage on the rear of that KV-4. Just having another cheeky shot there in case he could take him out. Unfortunately not. And then he gets to a good hit from the side there. So just going to have to get back into the cover here. He's not sure where those shots are coming from, but one more hit should be able to take out this KV-4. So just going to wait till he looks somewhere else and fires, and able to take him out. So that's his second kill of the match so far. As you can see, there's a low just camping out on the train tracks there, and the low can be a bit of an immovable object. Because it's got some... I mean, its front armour on paper isn't particularly good, only being 120, but the slope on that and the amount of hit points it has means it's pretty difficult to shift once it gets into an entrenched position. Just going to wait till he sees him, have a shot, and then try and get a penetrating hit on him. Unfortunately, just able to take out his tracks. This low looks like he's playing it pretty smart and only revealing his side armour. Unfortunately, the E-50 more than has enough penetration to be able to go at such a high angle on the side armour there. Second shot unfortunately takes out the tracks again, but it does mean that that IS-8 should hopefully be able to get around the side of that low if he pushes enough. But I do remember that that T-95 was camping up on the hill We're just going to have to be careful with that one. That was a pretty good shot there. Just exposed a tiny bit of his front armour there, as opposed to such a strong angle on his side armour, and was able to get a shot straight through there and blow the hell out of him. So now just going to advance up through the centre here with this IS on the right-hand flank. I'm going to try and finally take out this T-69, the American tank, with the auto-loader. You just see the tree fall in the distance there, so he knows that he's there. Unfortunately, just able to get behind one of these houses before he's able to get a shot on him. So just going to keep moving now, because almost certainly the enemy's artillery will be focusing in on this position here. The score's pretty even at the moment. In fact, it's dead even at the moment now, thanks to RD93, evening that up at 8 kills to 8. So now just going to mess around in the city for a bit and try and draw that T-95 in, because that T-95 up on the hill with its immense front armour is just going to be able to laugh off any of these attackers at the moment. So they're going to have to either draw him into the city, where they can flank around him, or somebody's going to have to draw his attention, because he's just taken out that IS on the right-hand flank there. Spot out a Panther on the hill. Exposed himself far too much and gets a good chunk of his hit points taken off. He's still looking to the left, so our man here should be able to pop out again, no problem, and just get a little bit more damage on him. No, unfortunately, the Panther changed position and he was able to hide behind the building just long enough. So just going to reposition now, because he's the only one left alive in this city, and like I said, there's that Panther. Oh, that was a big hit from that Panther. Spots out T-71 and able to get him on the fly with a brilliant shot there, able to take him out, picking up his 5th kill of the match so far. But now he's only got 91 hit points left against, what was that? It was a Panther 2 and this T-95, so probably not much of the game left for this guy. Especially because he's in the town solo. So who is that coming in to help? It is WZ-131. So hopefully if these guys can get some flanking action done, they should be able to cause some damage, fingers crossed. We're just taking cover behind the building, not wanting to expose himself too much, as the artillery is kind of focusing on this area. So if he gets spotted out with only 91 hit points, they don't even need a direct hit, just a close hit should be enough to take him out. Spotted out the T-95 there, so hopefully their last remaining artillery should be able to get a good hit on him and do some damage, although it looks like he's hiding underneath the railway bridge, and just being hidden underneath there should provide some cover from the artillery fire. The Panther 2 is just focusing, zeroing in down on this street, and keeping this area pretty well covered. So he's just trying to do a little side scraping here, reverse out, only showing his side armour. But the side armor's at such an oblique angle that the Panther 2 only bounces like that, and every time he bounces he can just reverse back, get a shot on him and take him out. I think he may have switched to high explosive rounds there, but the high explosive rounds not doing any damage either, still just shooting at this side armor and unfortunately not having enough to be able to take him out, and amazingly getting a couple of good hits on this Panther, and hopefully if this WZ-131 can either get behind him, yep, just like that, comes in from the side or the rear there, without the Panther 2 expecting him to be there, and able to take him out. It's still able to hide behind the buildings, and therefore the T-95's unable to get a shot on him. So just going to come around the side of this T-95 where he can't hit, meaning that he's going to have to get out of his comfort zone. He's going to have to come out from under the bridge and risk being taken out by that artillery. As you can see, that is oh no, that's a different tank destroyer, the T-25-2 there. Not sure didn't know that he was there, so this is going to be a little bit more dangerous now. Going to try and get a shot on the turret of this guy. Wow, amazing, able to get a good hit on him as he crests over the hill and takes him out before he's able to take off the last 91 hit points of this guy. So as you can see, the artillery already starting to fall there, and he picks up his 6th kill. Fingers crossed their artillery can take out that GW Panther now that he's been revealed. And this T-95 isn't going to prove too much of a bother. The good thing is if they can get in there and destroy the artillery, then all they need to do is just hide behind the buildings and the cap zone, and that's going to force the T-95 to come out of hiding. It means he's going to have to come out of hiding. Oh yes, spots out this M12, and this should be an easy kill. Oh wow, no, 0 damage critical. But luckily the M12 missing as well. So able just to take him out. Unfortunately the GW Panther may be zeroing in on this location. But like I said earlier, all they need to do now is get into the cap zone, hide behind the buildings, and that's going to draw out the T-95 and the GW Panther. They are basically going to have to come out if they don't want to lose this game. So I'm just going to speed it up a little bit until we get back into the action. I think he's just waiting for that Super Pershing to catch up, as the Super Pershing is notoriously slow and he doesn't really want to get in here and get himself destroyed. So he's just telling him to go for the T-95, as the T-95 is the biggest threat at the moment. So just going to sit in the bushes, just double checking that he's focusing on the T-95. So just going to spot him out. Well, the Super Pershing spots him out. So just going to come around, keep him within sight as he is. Should be able to get a good hit on his side there. Oh, unfortunately, not doing any damage, but the artillery shouldn't be long behind. Although he is turning, but that was amazing. Just managed to miss there, so hopefully... Oh, but that GW Panther got a fantastic moving shot in there. So that was a brilliant hit from the GW Panther. So that just leaves the Super Pershing and the T-95. So let's see if they can manage to pick this win up. But RD93 doing amazing for his team there, picking up 7 kills, and the artillery takes out the T-95, and that just leaves the GW Panther somewhere in this area. Not exactly sure. I'm sure he was down there, but like I said earlier, they only need to go for the cap, and that's going to draw out the GW Panther if he doesn't want to lose the game. So just going to go for this, and hopefully can pick up the win. So that's pretty much all sewn up now. Almost certainly a win for these guys now. Oh, there's the GW Panther. Can he spin his gun in time? Wow, this Super Pershing really slow on the turret traverse there. Overshot a little bit. Wow, what is he doing? So I'm not surprised the Super Pershing has 0 kills, because no idea what he was doing there. Turning his tank at a snail's pace, not traversing his hull at the same time as his turret to get on target. But the Su-8 taking out the GW Panther with a blind shot at the end there. So absolutely brilliant replay from RD93. Thank you very much for sending that one in, and thank you to you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.